All right, let's get started. Today they're having so much fun, running around without a care, just like we used to.
Yeah, JJ, it's great. Watching them brings back memories. They're so full of energy. It's like a mini version of us.
Hey, let's pull a prank on them. We can surprise them while they're distracted. It'll be so much fun to see their reactions. They won't see it coming at all.
That sounds awesome! I'm ready to sneak into position. We'll make sure this prank is unforgettable.
We'll catch them off guard and have a great laugh.
Look at their surprised faces. All right, we've got them now. Let's pull them away from their spot.
This is gonna be hilarious. All right, they're both asleep now. Let's get ready to have some fun. We need to figure out our next move. I think it's time to use the Ender Pearls.
That's a great idea. We can teleport right into their room. They won't even know what hit them. It'll be the best prank ever.
I'll use my Ender Pearl first.
All right, we're inside Mikey now. It's pretty cozy, but it's missing something. We need to add some furniture. It'll make the place look so much better.
Definitely. A few pieces of furniture would do the trick. Maybe a nice bed and some chairs. It'll really make the space feel more complete.
I was thinking the same. We should add a small table too. It'll be a nice touch. Let's get to work on that. Okay, we're out. Let's head out to find some furniture. We need to move quickly. Mikey's still asleep, so we have time.
Right behind you. Let's check the nearby shops. They should have everything we need. We can make this place look great.
I'm thinking we should start. At the furniture store on Main Street, they usually have a good selection. Let's check out the houses. We need to find some furniture. This is our best chance.
I agree. Let's try this house right here. It might have some useful stuff. Hopefully the door isn't locked. That sounds like a plan. Let's start with this house right here.
All right, we've finally made it inside. This place looks like it's full of furniture. Let's start gathering everything we can. We need to be quick and careful.
Let's grab all the furniture that looks useful.
Hey, check this out. I just noticed a lever on the wall over here. It looks like it might activate something hidden. What do you think? Should we give it a try and see what happens?
It's a bit dim, but I can make out a photo on the wall. It looks like there's something written on it. Let's get a closer look and see what it says.
I see the photo now. There are coordinates written on it, and they might lead us to something important.
That's a great idea.
We finally arrived at the coordinates. This place looks exactly like the one from the photo. It must be the right location.
It looks like the front door is locked, though. We might need to find another way in. If not, we might have to think of an alternative approach.
Let's check around the side of the house. There could be another entrance or maybe a window we can open.
All right, I'm going to start cutting the wires now. We need to be precise so we don't cause any problems. Let's make sure we only cut the right ones. We don't want to accidentally disable anything else. I'm looking at the wires closely. I'll start with the ones connected to the main power source. It's important to be careful with these. We don't want to create a mess or trip any alarms. Got the first wire cut. It's important to stay calm and focused. We need to work quickly, but carefully. This will help us get inside without triggering anything.
Be cautious with those wires. We don't want to accidentally trigger any alarms. Make sure you're cutting the right ones. We need to get this right so we can get inside.
Got it. I'm cutting through the wires slowly. I'll check each one to make sure it's connected to the power. We should be able to disable the electricity without causing any problems.
That sounds like a good plan. Just keep an eye on what you're cutting. We don't want to cut any wires that might be important for something else.
I'm checking to make sure everything is fully disconnected. This should have turned off the electricity to the house. We should be good to go and try getting inside.
We're finally inside the house. Let's start looking around for furniture. There's bound to be some good stuff here. Let's gather everything we can find.
This place has a lot of potential. We should check each room carefully. There might be some valuable items in the corners. Let's make sure we don't miss anything important.
Absolutely. I'll start with the living room. Look around and see what you can find.
I'm heading towards the bedroom. There might be some good furniture and accessories in here. We can use a lot of what we find. Just keep an eye out for anything useful.
Everything's packed and ready to go. I think we've got everything we need from this house. Let's head back and unload the furniture. We're back home with all the furniture. Let's get it inside quickly and start setting things up. We need to be efficient about this.
I'm going to split up. I'll teleport into JJ's body to start arranging things. You handle Mikey's body and get things organized there. I'm now inside JJ's body and ready to get started. The first thing I'm going to do is organize the larger pieces of furniture. They'll set the foundation for the room's layout. I want to make sure everything looks as natural as possible for the prank. I'm positioning the big furniture pieces now. It's crucial that they're placed correctly to make the room look lived in. I'll arrange them carefully so that they blend seamlessly with the existing setup. Every item needs to be in its right place to make this convincing. Next, I'll focus on arranging the smaller furniture and accessories. These details are essential for adding a realistic touch to the room. It's all about creating an environment that looks authentic. The more detailed the setup, the better the prank will be. I'm now making sure each piece of furniture is aligned properly. I want to avoid any awkward gaps or misplaced items. The arrangement needs to be both practical and surprising. It's important that everything looks naturally placed and not forced. Checking the spacing and positioning of the furniture. It's important that the layout feels cohesive and believable. I'm adjusting the angles slightly to make sure everything is in harmony. This is going to look great once it's all finished. Adding some decorative elements now. These will help the room feel more complete and lived in. The decoration should enhance the realism of the setup. Every little detail contributes to the overall effect of the prank. I'm double-checking the entire arrangement, making sure that nothing looks out of place or awkward. Each piece of furniture needs to blend in perfectly with the rest. This meticulous setup will make the prank even more impressive. Everything is coming together nicely. I'm making sure that all the furniture is in its designated spot. The setup needs to be flawless to achieve the desired effect. I'm now inside Mikey's body and ready to get to work. First, I need to gather some materials for the trap. I want to set up an effective floor collapse. It should be convincing and well hidden. I'm starting by selecting the right spot for the trap. It needs to be in an area where it's less likely to be noticed. I'll make sure the trap blends in with the surrounding floor. It's important that it looks completely normal until it's triggered. Now I'm working on setting up the mechanism. It has to be sturdy and reliable. I want to ensure that the floor collapses smoothly when triggered. This trap needs to be both functional and surprising. I'm placing the components of the trap carefully. Every piece has to be in the right place to work properly. I'm making sure that the trap is well hidden beneath the surface. It should be a seamless part of the room's floor. The trap is coming together well. I'm double-checking all the connections and hiding spots. I want to be sure that it's completely disguised. The surprise element is key to making this prank effective. I'm finishing up the last touches. The floor should now be set to collapse as planned. I'll make sure that everything is in place and ready. It's going to be a great surprise when it's triggered. Everything looks good now. The trap is set and well hidden. I'm confident that it will work perfectly. Time to get out of Mikey's body and wait for the action. I've completed the setup. The trap should be completely concealed. I'm stepping away and getting ready to see the result. This is going to be a memorable prank for sure. I'm done here. The trap is in place and should work flawlessly. I'm testing the mechanism to make sure it's working correctly. It's important that the trap operates as planned. I'll adjust any parts if necessary to ensure everything is perfect. The trap should be ready to go when it's needed.
I've finally finished setting up the base. It looks really good down here, and I'm proud of the work I've done. Time to head back up and check out the rest of the place.
Ouch!
I'm falling through the trap that was set up here. This must be Friend doing. He really got me this time. My friend really outdid himself with this one. The trap was well hidden, and I didn't suspect a thing. Now I'm paying the price for being too trusting. But I won't let this defeat me. I'll find a way out. I've managed to get inside JJ's body. This is going to be interesting, and I have a great idea for a trap. I'll start by finding the perfect spot to set up. It needs to be somewhere he won't suspect. I found a good location. This area is perfect for my plan. Now, I need to make sure the trap is well concealed. He shouldn't see it coming at all. I'm making sure the ground looks undisturbed. It has to blend in perfectly with the surroundings. Any sign of disturbance might give it away. I want it to be a complete surprise. I'm carefully placing the materials to create the pit. This is going to be a masterpiece of a trap. Once he steps on it, the ground will give way. And down he'll go, right into my trap. I finished setting up the trap. Now it's time to sit back and watch. I'll turn on the TV and monitor JJ's actions. This is going to be interesting.
What a strange dream I had. It's time to wake up and start the day. There's so much to do, and I need to get moving. Let's see what tasks are on the list. First things first, I need to check on the crops. They should be ready for harvest soon.
He's walking around completely unaware. This is perfect. He doesn't suspect a thing. I can see him getting closer to the trap. This is going to be so satisfying to watch.
He's finally awake and out of the way. We can continue our plan without any interruptions. This is going to be so much fun. I can't wait to see his reaction later.
Yes, this is perfect. Everything is going according to plan. I'm going to get the last few items we need. Whoa, waking up in Dad's body is strange, but I need to move quickly. There's so much we plan to do. Let's get started right away. I should look for JJ. We have a lot to discuss.
All right, I'm ready for action. It's time to put our plan into motion. Let's go find some friends to prank. This is going to be so much fun.
I'm right behind you. We've got some great pranks lined up. Let's start with the villagers. They won't know what hit them.
First stop, the village.
All right, we're finally at the fields. It's time to get our TNT trap set up. Let's make sure we build it perfectly. This is going to be one epic prank.
Yes, I'm so excited. We need to make this trap as surprising as possible. Let's start by digging a hole right here. We'll make sure it's well hidden so no one suspects a thing.
First things first, we need to dig a deep hole. It has to be big enough to fit the TNT securely. We don't want any mistakes that could ruin the prank. Precision is key to making this work.
I'll take care of the digging while you get the TNT ready. We need to move quickly and efficiently. The more secretive we are, the better. This trap is going to catch everyone off guard.
I've got the TNT ready and waiting. Let's carefully place it in the hole we've dug. It's crucial that the TNT is secure and won't shift around. We want the explosion to be perfectly timed.
I'm almost finished with the hole. Let's make sure the TNT is centered and positioned correctly. It needs to be just right to get the best surprise effect.
Everything is coming together nicely. The TNT is in place and the hole is covered up. The redstone trigger is set up and ready to go. We just need to test it to make sure everything works.
All right, let's find a good spot behind this tree. We'll stay hidden and wait for a villager to come by.
Ah, what a beautiful morning it is. I'm looking forward to starting my work in the fields. First things first, I need to grab the hoe and seeds from the chest. I'll need to prepare the soil before I plant the seeds. It's important to make sure the ground is ready for planting. I'm hopeful that this will lead to a bountiful harvest. A well-prepared field is crucial for growing healthy crops. I'll also need to see if there's any weeding to be done. Keeping the fields clear of weeds will help the crops grow better. A thriving village benefits everyone. Whoa!
The trap was a huge success. I'm so glad we pulled it off. Let's celebrate and get out of here.
That was incredible. The prank went just as we planned. I couldn't be happier with how it turned out. Time to head out and enjoy the victory.
All right, we've arrived at the next villager's house. Let's get everything set up for this new trap with the rails. We need to be quick and precise to make sure everything works perfectly. This one's going to be just as good, if not better, than the last.
Perfect spot for laying down the tracks. We'll need to make sure they're perfectly aligned and securely placed. This trap needs to catch them completely off guard. Let's focus on making this setup flawless.
First things first, let's lay down the rails exactly where we want them. Alignment is crucial here to ensure the trap activates correctly. The more precise we are, the more effective the prank will be. We need to make sure everything is just right.
I'll handle the placement of the rails while you get the rest of the trap prepared. We need to move swiftly and efficiently to avoid being spotted. The goal is to make this as surprising as possible. Let's make sure everything is perfectly executed.
I've got the rails ready to go. Now, we need to set up the mechanism that will trigger the trap. All right, everything is set. The rail system is complete and the cart is ready. Here we go. The cart is on the move. I can't wait to see what happens next. The TNT has exploded. That was incredible. We've definitely made our mark with this prank. I'm so glad everything went as planned. We've pulled off another amazing prank. Let's hurry back before anyone starts looking for us.
We're back at the house. Let's settle in and review how everything went. It's been a thrilling day of pranks and fun. Now let's relax and celebrate our achievements.
We're home. I hear a lot of noise outside. We should check it out and see what's going on. It sounds like there's a commotion with the villagers.
Oh no, this doesn't look good at all. They seem to be searching for us. We have to come up with a plan quickly. We can't let them catch us.
We need to hide or find a way to escape.